What up, Dokkaners? We got some news on the JP side of the game. Uh-oh. Update 5.33.0. Checked global. No news. I know the comments. Synced up, by the way. I hate Dokkan, global, whatever, global L. Yeah. We'll go into all that. So let's just go ahead and review. What's the news going on here? And what's going on with update 5.33.0. Performing server maintenance on Monday, January 12th, 5 p.m. to January 13th, 12 a.m. All right, cool. Server maintenance will be performed on Monday, January 12th, in preparation for version 5.33.0. In addition, Chance Orb exchange tickets, Chance Orbs, whose exchange period has expired, will be automatically converted into Treasure Mysterious Gem Green. What the hell are Chance Orbs? What is that? Oh, it's from the quiz thing. You will not be able to resume from the data. Rewards from the recent Dokkan quiz will be distributed sequentially. In addition, Chance Orb. I don't know what this is, but this might be some JP only thing. I don't know what this is at all. I think this might have to do with this, because don't we have those items in the game at the moment? Do we have those chance that we do? Yeah, so I think that's what it is. We were given a true or false for each question. I think that's what this is referring to, but I don't know. Whatever. Point is, version 5.33 is coming up. What is version 5.33? The duplicate leader skill, the mirror friend unit, and the leader search button. Now, before we go any further, let's discuss why this is happening on JP first and not for both. There are a few reasons that I have been told in the past for various things, because like we have had some delays when it comes to updates. Apparently like Microsoft or Android and Apple have to approve stuff. I think that's also partially why they stagnate the releases for the updates. And then on top of that, if they were to have both versions, you know, crumble or malfunction due to some sort of glitch or error in the updates, if both games are inoperable at the same time, I guess their bottom line would tank. So that's kind of why they stagnate these things. Also, there's another detail that I think a lot of us have forgotten. I myself don't remember exactly what they said, but I'm pretty sure back when they first started explaining this whole full synchro thing, when they first started explaining, quote unquote, the unification of operation schedules, back then, I think they went into a little bit more detail and they explicitly stated that it was going to have to do with, banners. Like it was basically talking about the summon times for banners will be synced up or at the same time, as well as event release schedule. I don't think it was talking about, you know, kind of like BTS stuff. I don't think it was back-end stuff or other things like that. I need to go find exactly where it was. If Proton's watching, he'll probably help me out. But if you know exactly which video it was that went in detail on this stuff, let me know, because I did make a video on it a while ago. I just don't remember where it is and I'm too lazy to go find it. So yeah, for those different reasons, that's kind of why we're like this. What sucks about this though, I feel like this will only affect a small percentage of you guys. But with the duplicate leader skill, okay, you know what? I guess we'll just talk about this real quick. The duplicate leader skill, for those of you who don't know, they'll basically just copy your main unit into the friend slot, and this will remove the need to depend on friend units. There's a disadvantage by doing that because sometimes you don't have the best friend leads. Sometimes you can't find them because the friend system sucks, so on and so forth. This duplicates your own unit's leader skill, skill orbs, and growth condition. Growth condition means, you know, whatever your level is, your hit potential, all that stuff, right? So you're basically just getting a carbon copy. And this is great because with the recent announcement of all of the red zone and blue zone stages being unified under one umbrella, people are in a race to frantically finish all of these stages once. You don't have to clear the missions. The missions will carry over whether you've completed them or not, but the clear status for all of these events will be reset. Meaning if you clear them all once, you'll get stones for clearing them once. And then when this gets removed and then brought back as one giant red zone, if you clear it again, you get even more stones. That is the premise here. So you want to be getting as many stones as possible. For those of you who are trying to go back and clear some of the older events, maybe you're someone who doesn't necessarily have the best leader skills, or maybe you don't have the best specific team to tackle certain events, and you're relying on friend leads, but sometimes the friend leads just aren't enough because there's not enough variety, because all of the people are mainly setting up their friend units for the most modern events. So if you're trying to go back and do something back here and nobody has a friend lead for it, well, you know what? This would help you because you can just copy your own. So I feel like JP players are going to have a bit of an advantage here. Global players might not get it in time because this is happening on the 13th-ish for JP. That's going to be happening when the Orange Piccolo and the Gohan release. They're easy A's. So assuming Global gets it a week later, then we would be getting it around the 20th, 21st, which is basically when the countdown begins, but it's also when these guys go away. So that is kind of a global L, but hopefully you guys are not in that situation where you just can't find a friend unit. If you guys do join the server, there are people who can hook you up and help you out with some friend system issues. This will soon be a thing of the past though. So that is the situation when it comes to this. The leader search button, for those of you who don't remember, this is basically just an optimized way to find better leader skills. If you're a veteran Dokkaner, you know what works and you know what doesn't work, then this is probably not for you. This is really just to make it easier for newer players to get into the game, who don't really know like how this works. So here's what here, let me pull up their example. This is actually a pretty good example. So, all right, so we're filtering by pure Saiyans and the leader skill button is off. That's this right here. We are not searching for leads. We are currently just searching for all physical characters. When we toggle physical pure Saiyans and then we toggle leader search on, it suddenly changes from a whole mess of characters, right? From this, notice how it's the TUR version of the version Z Goku. We got, who else we got here? We got this Easy A, not even Easy A, this is just a TUR Vegeta. This is the Baba Shop free-to-play Nappa, right? But when we toggle on leader search, this guy shifts down, Turles gets shifted up. It's actually kind of sad. Look at the set of leader skills here. It's actually really depressing. Physical pure Saiyans, we need to step it up a bit. But basically the point is you get the best options here. Like when you use the current feature and you target category leads, it will give you every single category lead in the leader skill that is capable of providing it, even if it's like pure Saiyans, ki +2, attack and defense +10%. Would you really want to put that at the top here, or would you want to put the actual better leader skills? That's what this is. So this will make it for newer players, noob friendly players, or this is a noob friendly option for newer players and less experienced players to just get a better grip on which leader skills work. So that'll be great. Ironically, I could use this in Legends. And that's about it for the update. What is this? It's the same thing. Wait, what? Why do they announce the same thing twice? Okay, sure. Couple things from Rick. So JP is getting the duplicate friends system update 5.33.0 with the next data download in 2 days. Reminder that if there's a new mechanic coming for the 11th anniversary, we should have preliminary info on what it could be when the update drops. So this is an important housekeeping note, because whenever we get closer to these major celebrations, there's always a chance of a new mechanic. Typically during anniversary and worldwide, something does happen. Actually, not worldwide, it's called GDC now. Last year's new mechanic was the target focus effect. No, reversible exchange, excuse me. Target focus was before that. Reversible exchange was the new mechanic for the 10th anniversary. So this year, what is the new mechanic going to be? If you have any cool ideas, let me know in the comments. Pretty much my only idea, I think, is just the dual or the multiple typing thing. It's my dream to have a Kato Pesla Dokkan Festival unit that can change types. It's mainly just because of that. But if you have any other ideas, let me know. The new mechanic could also just be the new battle system. The reason why I don't think it's going to be that is simply because that doesn't apply to a specific unit. It is not something that is exclusive to certain characters early and then it slowly rolls out for others. But they could totally do that. I don't think that's going to happen. And I also think that that is going to be something that they save for GDC, personally. Because I think that they would have just given us more information by now. But anyway, there's a little bit more that Rick wants to say. Again, I've thought this since the new mode was announced, but seeing as not even the copy leader update is big enough for 6.0, and that the milestone seems to be saved for the system, I think that they intend for it to be a much bigger impact on the game than most expect. So this doesn't really have much to do with what's coming up, but just to kind of follow up on this, I personally don't think that it's going to be something more than an event for now. I think once they finish kind of, developing and fine-tuning it based on the notes that they got from the community event, from the JP meetup and all that stuff, I think this is going to be simply a mode that we can use the new battle system for, at least. And then moving forward, they might make it a more important, more fundamental part of the game. Because if you guys recall, Million Arena was kind of hot garbage, right? It was an absolute trash mode, and they had it in an event. They never brought the event back. If they were to implement the new battle system in the entire game, in every aspect of the game, to like hard code it into the just fabric of the game, and it's horrible, or there's something wrong with it, or it's game breaking, then that could be catastrophic for the game overall, because that will change the fundamental identity of Dokkan. So I don't think that this is going to be more than just a specific game mode, but it'll be a game mode that introduces the battle system, and then eventually they'll start to branch out, throw it into other stuff. Maybe eventually, like, you know, instead of tackling the red zone, or maybe they'll do it where in the future, you know, beat Ultimate Red Zone Wicked Bloodline Edition Stage 2 with, you know, Pure Saiyans on the regular mode. And then another mission will be clear the same thing with Hybrid Saiyans on the new battle mode or something like that. It'll kind of be like a burst mode modifier, if you will. Might be a cool way to create a twist on all of the older stuff. It'll kind of recycle the old content and, you know, reinvent it a little bit, which will be kind of dope. Anyway, that is what we have on the docket for an update. Global players, hang in there. Regardless of if you're global or JP, the news for the Orange Piccolo and the Ultimate Gohan should be tonight. We got the teaser yesterday for the 11th anniversary. Tonight, we should get the details for the Ultimate Gohan Orange Piccolo, and I have my hopes set stupidly high. Don't let me down, please. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the global JP discrepancy when it comes to the updates. Do you understand why potentially they've separated them? Do you not care? What are your thoughts on the duplicate friend system, the leader skill search function, and anything else that I discussed in the video? Feel free to share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you'll know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and remember to Dokkan responsibly.